Is the real estate market here in the Golden Gate States crashing or about to crash? Today, we're going to answer that question as we take a look at the June 2025 market update for the Golden Gate Estates. This channel focuses on everything to do with living in Southwest Florida. If you're thinking about buying or selling or just have questions, call or text me at 239-450-5786. It's the question that is on every single Golden Gate State homeowner's mind. Is the real estate market here in the Golden Gate States crashing? Are values going up? Are values going down? We all are trying to figure it out. Well, today I'm going to take a deep dive in the June 2025 market update, where we take a look at the activity for the month of May, and we're going to try to answer that exact question. So let's dive in. Now, as we begin to take a look at this month's market update, just a quick reminder, all the data is directly taken out of the Southwest Florida MLS system, and it is unfiltered. You can see that I have my settings set at the Golden Gate Estates, and everything else is all data. I want to try to give you a clear and complete picture of the activity in our community here. Now, as I've said before, all of the information I'm presenting to you is my opinion. I'm a realtor, but I'm also a homeowner here in the Golden Gate Estates, and I love our community. And I want you to have the information and my opinions of what is happening here in our community. So let's begin taking a look at what we're going to look at today. Going to do things a little differently. Normally we start with the market conditions, but we're actually going to start with the market activity this month because I want to take a deeper dive into the actual conditions, because that is the question that I'm being asked the most when I'm out and about, or people that are calling me about the Golden Gate Estates, is what's really happening with the real estate market in the Golden Gate Estates. So let's begin with the market activity of May 2025. Number of new listings, 101 new listings, gave us a total of 392 total homes on the MLS in the month of May. Number of new purchase contracts. These are buyers that have submitted a contract and it's been accepted by the seller, at 88 for the month of May. 71 homes actually went to closing. New homeowner in the Golden Gate Estates. Congratulations to the buyer and the seller. Average days on market. This is a big question that we're always asked. How many days would it take us to get our house sold? Well, the average number is 60. You can see it's been bouncing around, but it's pretty consistent from 2024 into this year, where we bounce around that 60 to 80 days mark. But let's actually take a look at some of the sales, and you can see here in the month of May, we had some closings that were 0 days, 2 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, and on. Now, what is the factor that is helping those homes sell quickly? Well, you can see based on the list price versus the sold price, the homes were priced properly. And if we were to take a look at the pictures, it's more than likely a good listing with good photos, but the house was also presented well and priced accordingly to how it presents. So if you want your house to sell quickly in the Golden Gate Estates, it is, and really anywhere here in Southwest Florida, it's critical that you price your house properly. So now let's take a look at the market conditions. Like I said, I wanted to spend most of this market update in this section. Months of supply inventory. This is going to answer the question about whether we are in a buyer's market. As you can see, we're at 6.7 months worth of inventory. Now, what is months of supply and inventory? Let's just make sure that we're all on the same page. Months of supply or inventory is if no new homes hit the market, so no new sellers add their home to the market in future months, it would take us approximately 6.7 months to sell every single home that is currently on the market in the Golden Gate Estates. Now, again, that number here in the Golden Gate States is kind of a big variable because we have such a wide variety in pricing when it comes to the Golden States. We have the $400,000 homes and we have the multi-million dollar homes in the Golden Gate States. So obviously that number of months of inventory is kind of impacted by that. If we took a deeper dive into this, when some months sometime I will do this, is to actually take the months of inventory and divide it up into price ranges, and you'll see a much different picture. I think you're going to see that the the months of inventory for the higher priced is much higher. So are we in a buyer's market? I found this interesting quote from Redfin economics researcher, and he said, historically, a buyer's market has been defined as when months of supply reaches 4 to 6 months. Okay, we are there. But old definitions don't fit the reality of today's market. Many buyers don't feel like they are in a buyer's market with home prices at near record highs and mortgage rates elevated. But we are more than halfway through the decade, and this is the first time we can see that buyers have as much, if not more, power than sellers. So the question is, does this quote, does this definition of buyer's market made by this economics researcher, does it apply to the Golden Gate Estates? Well, elevated mortgage rates. That's a check. This is a screenshot from an email that was sent to me by one of my lenders, and he was pointing out that we have been continuing to hover right around close to that 7% mark now for almost 3 years. Near record highs in pricing. Well, that's a big question mark. If you listen to a lot of the news on the mainstream TV and a lot of the news print and also here on YouTube, there's a lot of information that's saying that pricing across the board in Southwest Florida is falling, is crashing, is hasn't hit the lows yet. But does that really apply to the Golden Gate Estates? So I want to take a real good close look at that. So let's continue to take a look at the pricing here in the Golden Gate Estates. May 2025's average sales price was $700,873. The median price, remember the median is that middlemost number. Stack all the sales together, it's the middle number. Averages all the sales together divided by the total number of sales, you get your average. Median price, $568,500. How's that compare over the last 3 years? It's pretty consistent. Actually, 2023 coming out of the surge and the sales frenzy of the low interest rates, we see 515,000 in 2023. Today we're at 568,500. So again, we're not far off, and we certainly aren't below 2023. Let's take a look at the actual MLS data, focusing on the bottom numbers. If we're crashing, then we would see numbers falling down or being much lower than previous years. Here is May 2025. This is the numbers. Our lowest sale is 325,000, 420, 420, 450. We're seeing here 1,000 square feet, 1,500 square feet. Can almost guarantee if we were to look at these specifically, they're the 1.14 acre lots. And, but again, these are the numbers for May 2025. Let's take a look at May 2024. Now, you can see here, I did look at this one because when I saw that number, I said, whoa, 125,000, what's the deal there? That house was damaged in Hurricane Ian, and it was a teardown. They had, the roof had been damaged. It had a couple years worth of rain in there, and it was a house full of mold and was sold for lot price to be torn down. So we kind of throw that one out. 380, 410, 430, 430, 460. Again, square footage is right around where we were looking at last year. So we're not seeing any big homes or anything like that in this price range. May 2023, 325, 385, 391, 397. Again, same square footage. Now this one here's 1,800 square feet. Not sure what quite the deal is there, but again, there's always going to be outliers when it comes to the numbers. May 22. All right, so we're in the middle of the low interest rates. Things are going crazy. Buyers are bidding out all over the place. Our low point was 299,000, but again, 380, 385, 385, 399. So has the pricing really gone down or changed that much in the Golden Gate Estates? If pricing was crashing, wouldn't we see these small properties, the 1,000 square foot homes, wouldn't we see them being much less today than they were, say, in 22 when inventory was at record lows and buyers were buying over market value? So again, just putting this up here as a comparison. I just want to let this sit here for a second so that you can see all 4 years in one screen. 325,000 being the bottom number, 420 being the next in May 25. May 22, we see 277, 299, 380, 385. Again, it would show that the price surge that happened the rest of 22 is kind of holding from 23 to 24 and then now still into 22 to 25. Let's just for fun, let's take a look at the top prices today versus 22. 1.295 was the top sale in May of 22. May of 25, we have a $2,755,000 house. Now, this is not new construction. You can see it's 2006 year built. The next one down is a new construction. But even here, you can see that new construction we're selling. Bottom line is, pricing is very stable in the Golden Gate Estates. So if you're thinking about buying a home, if you're watching this maybe from out of state or East Coast of Florida, or you're an HOA currently and you just want to get out of the HOA and you want to have an acre or more land so that you can park your boat or park your RV or just have the freedom for the kids to run and be kids, even with the high interest rates, now may be your greatest opportunity for the Golden Gate Estates. If interest rates start to fall and that pent-up demand of buyers that are watching interest rates, they come to the market, what's going to happen? Inventory is going to go down, pricing is going to go up. So now may be your greatest opportunity to buy here in the Golden Gate Estates and in general in Southwest Florida. So call or text me at 239-450-5786 and let's talk about it. Now, if you're thinking about selling your home, my system, the Sell It Stress Free system, is designed to help you prepare and to know when is the best time for you, not me, not the market, for you to sell your home. So scan the code on the screen now or call me at 239-450-5786 and let's have a conversation about how my system works and how you can prepare and time your home properly to sell. Well, there you have it. There's your June 2025 market update. I thank you for watching. Please call or text me anytime with any questions. And if you've been watching to this point, don't forget to like my video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell to be notified about all future updates. Until next month.